All right, what's up, guys? Back today with another video, and today we will be going over the Marc Pro and my personal review on it, and basically going over if you should get it or not and if it's worth it. Let's get started. All right, so the first point of this video is to tell you how much this thing costs and what it does for you. So right now, the Marc Pro is retailing for $700, which is a very high price range for a lot of people. And I would say it's pretty much not worth it unless you're serious about your recovery and that's like what you're going for with your life. So yeah, basically what the Marc Pro does is it sends like electric shocks through your muscles and it pushes blood flow into them. So when it pushes the blood into them, that circulating blood actually helps the muscles recover faster. And personally, I've found to really enjoy this and found that it really does work. Obviously, the price range being way up there is a little, up in the air for most people. So I'll be going over it today, see if it's worth it for you guys. Okay, as we open the little bag that it comes in, which is helpful because there's lots of parts to this. You have the main device that it comes with. There's knobs you turn to adjust the level that you want it at, and then there you can set a timer on it if you want, and then there's a charger on the back. Next thing out of the bag is the cables that you hook up the pads to. So this part right here will plug into the bottom, and there's two ports for this. So you can have 4 pads going at one time, or you can share it with another person because there's 2 of these cables. So usually what I'll end up doing is we'll be in car rides, me and my brother, and we'll have this set in the middle and then both have our arms going, getting recovered for baseball. So it also comes with a user manual, basically telling you the spots where you can put it on your body and all that kind of stuff. So as you can see, it shows you all the placements you can do. And really, it's not really limited to any place besides your chest, obviously, because you don't want that contracting over because of your heart and stuff. So you can kind of adjust it to your own needs. What I usually end up doing, which I'll show you later in the video, is I like to put it up in one of them up in my armpit, and then the other one kind of on the meat of my forearm. It's kind of like a whole arm flush, so it feels good before I throw. And then it'll come with like 4 of these packets, which have multiple pads in them. These are what you hook up to the cables. So you'll hook these things up into here, if I can get it, yep, just like that, and it'll send the electricity into the muscle through this pad. And they can run out of sticks sometimes, but if you clean them off, they've worked for a while. You can also buy replacement pads, which we have a few of. You probably won't need these for like the first couple of years you have this, but these are nice to have. They're not very expensive, and the stick is better. The better the stick, the better connection it is, because more of the pad surface is actually on the muscle doing its job. So we were actually inspired to get this by reviews from MLB pitcher Trevor Bauer. He's pretty much a super fan about this thing. He put it on in between innings in the dugout just for as much time as he was sitting there, just to keep his arm up and going. He'd also use it to sleep at night, which I don't think I could do. It's kind of a little bit uncomfortable. It feels pretty weird because it is like contracting your muscle over and over. So I'll show you later in the video, but it does like send your arm into little, I don't know, glitches. This is just the normal version of the Marc Pro. So there's a Marc Pro Plus, which runs about $1,300. I'm not exactly sure on what the extra benefits are for the Marc Pro Plus, but this one works just fine. And there are other devices kind of like the Marc Pro, but it's by far and away the best reviewed one out there. There's cheap ones you can get for like, I don't know, $100 that use like these kind of pads, but I don't think they're as efficient. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how this works. All right, so first thing is we're gonna wanna plug this port into one of the cable ports, and we'll put the pads on and then turn up the dial. So let's take the pads off this sticky thing here. You're gonna wanna keep this so you can put the pads back on it to keep them sticky and working. So my first one will go up under my armpit here, kind of in between my tricep and my tricep and my bicep. And then the second one, I need to hook up, hold on. The second one I kind of put on my meat of my forearm here. You don't really want to put it in the middle, just because that's not really where a lot of your muscle is. So you kind of want to put it on the inside part where most of your muscle is. So now we're hooked up and we're ready to turn this on. As we turn this up here, I'm feeling a little bit of a electrical pulse, and it's kind of hard to video this because this is the hand I'm holding it with. So as you can see, the camera is a little bit shaky. So as we turn that on, very low setting right now, but as you can see, this is involuntary movement with my arm. I'm not controlling this or anything. So this is the electrical current going through my muscles right now. And it's at a 3.6 setting. I'll usually go up to about a 6, and I'll keep it on for about 30 minutes or so. Now, obviously, you can keep it on longer for greater effect if you want, but I'd say anything past an hour and a half is just kind of not doing much for you. So, okay, so on the 6th setting here now, obviously a lot more movement within my arm, and I can definitely feel it. At first, the feeling is pretty uncomfortable. It kind of took me a few tries to get used to it, but at this point, it's just kind of, it is what it is, and you can just do whatever. You can play, or not play video games, because you usually need 2 hands for that, but just watch videos or whatever and just kind of let it do its thing. And me personally, my arm is kind of the only thing I use it for. Everything else kind of feels a little weird to me, but that's just personal preference. So I like to do this one before big game or anytime I throw, that when my arm is feeling bad. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Marc Pro review. Obviously, high price point, high quality product. If it's worth it for you, if you're serious about baseball like I am, or any other sport really, I'd say it's a great investment, but obviously that's up to you. See you guys in the next video.